Welcome to my presentation, The Life of My Cat During Lockdown, a Dynamic Approach, by me, Justin Timmer. The lockdown has affected all of us. I was working from home during this period and my cat was already living at home. The lockdown has also affected him, and I was wondering how complex is my cat behavior and how is it affected by my behavior. To understand the behavioral complexity of my cat, I decided to track his place of residence in the morning for every day for 6 months. Usually he sleeps in the morning at a specific place in the house. But I was wondering, why does he do that? How does that work? So, over the 6 months I tracked all his place of residence and I came to this graph. Most of his times he sleeps in the study room upstairs with me where I work. But also quite sometimes he's spending on various places, so three places where he spends different times during the day. So sometimes outside a little bit, sometimes he walks around in my study room, sometimes he's sleeping a bit on the stairs, for example. Some mornings he was also outside, not that often, but some. And also some places I was unknown because we were on holiday, so this was also quite some contribution, so I didn't know where my cat was. There was also some missing data for where I didn't track my cat. He also spent quite some time over here, on the plank stairs, on this very uncomfortable plank upside. And he also spent quite some time sleeping on the stairs, on this specific step on the stairs. And there were some little other moments, so he slept sometimes on the couch, sometimes only one time in the box, and only one time also in the bedroom, where he's usually not allowed there. But it's interesting to see that although he spends quite some time on the couch during the day, he doesn't spend there in the morning. He has also other places, like on the stairs for example. He spends also some time over there, but he only sleeps on one specific step on the stairs. He also spends time on the ground, but not while sleeping in the morning. And there are a lot of other places where he could or is spending some time. On the table where he's not allowed to, in the shower, on this nice pillow for example. Or he can even spend some time on my back. He also likes to be there. But more interestingly, how does this dynamic behavior go across the months? Because here you can see quite some patterns here. On the left you can see all the places where he's been. Like this is the bedroom, and he spent there only once. Here on the study room, he spent quite some time, varied, also quite some time. But we see some pattern here. Here you see some stability in the study room. Most consecutive days he spends over here and over here, over here. So this is the unknown data, so this is where we didn't know where he was. But there are also places of mildly chaos, so every day he's spending on a different place during the day, and we don't know exactly how that can happen. So I compared his sleeping data with my own data, because I also track my own life, and in the stable places, so the place where the times where he spends consecutive days after each other, I compared it with the unstable, chaotic time frames. And as you can see, there was hardly no relationship between my stress and my happiness with the stability of the cat's behavior. I analyzed this because there are quite some rumors about that animals, canines, can feel the happiness or the stability of someone's behavior. But in this study, I couldn't find these relationships on these two variables. When we look across the months, we can also see quite a rhythm here. In April and May, he spent quite some time on the study room, but then in June, he suddenly went to the plank stairs, so upstairs, not in the study room. In July, there was quite some unknown data, but also quite some varied and study room again. In August he was quite varied and had quite some different things, while in September he spent quite some time on the study room again. So we see also a pattern here. I don't really understand how it works, but we see it. So one aspect I thought maybe could work, maybe the climate. I know he doesn't like water. This was after when we cleaned him. So I analyzed the data of my cat compared to the rainfall during the day. And when there was no rainfall during the day, we saw that the cat spends more time outside and on the plank stairs and more varied. So that seems quite logical. He doesn't like rainfall. The rain affects his behavior. And more time on the stairs during rainfall. Don't know about that. When it seemed to come to temperature, he also spends more time on the plank stairs and on the study room. So this is upside of the house. So usually it's upstairs, it's hotter than downstairs. Considering that my cat is a long-haired cat, you would think that he might search for a cold. But according to data, he doesn't do that. But there is a relationship. And now, for more grain, we can look at his week rhythm. During the week there's lots of things happening. So if we look at the data from Monday to Sunday, you can see that during the day, during the weekdays, the cats spend quite some times on the study room or also on the plank stairs across these months. But in the weekends, he's quite varied. How can this be? My cat does have has a week rhythm. He doesn't even know what days are. One of the factors is the vacuum cleaner. On Saturday we always vacuum clean the house, and then he usually goes outside and is quite stressed during the morning because we are also quite active changing our places, and we also do this on Sunday. While on Monday to Friday we're usually quite stable. So our variety makes the cat's variety in behavior. So to come to some conclusions, we see that my cat has certain preferences and rhythms at different scales. So at the day he has rhythms in the week and across the months. We don't know about the years yet. We couldn't find a relationship between the owner's mood state and the cat's behavior, but we see the temperature, rainfall, vacuum cleaners, visitors and the owner's behavior influences the cat's dynamic. One of these factors is the owner. The owner really likes the cat to be at the study room. He just thinks it's quite nice that his cat is sleeping at him next to him while he is working. At this current moment, the cat is also sleeping here on the study room. So one time even, the owner brought the cat some little of his food upstairs just to have fun with him and reward him. Sometimes the owner also scuddles the cat upstairs, so maybe he likes that too. So when it comes to discussion and implications, we see this weak rhythm of my cat. This could be aligned with the study by Abney et al., known as behaviour coupling, where we see that multiple factors, rhythms across the day can be coupled to the behavior of the cat. So the owner's rhythm and the climate's rhythm, the rhythm of visitors and the actual space can be coupled to the behavior, reducing the entropy in the behavior of the cat. Another interesting point is the discussion of free will. You think that the cat has choices, but he is really immersed in his environment, making his environment also very impacting on the behavior of this cat. For example, when the cat spends upstairs sleeping at his owner's room, study room, then the owner usually closes the door because there is also noise outside. This makes the cat less likely to go outside of the room than the door was open. So the choices of the cat influences the choice of the cats are influenced by the behavior of the owner, leading to chaotic behavior by itself. We also can see here that the cat has quite some depth in his behavior and his preferences. So it was still unexplainable how these exact behaviors go, and cats are usually making him more even mysterious. He's also a little bit weird when it comes to his places. I still don't really get it. But that makes him also very much fun, because I don't really get my cat. I don't really understand him. Even though all these analyses are being done, he still has some weird choices during the day. So this comes to conclude my presentation, and I want to thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy it, and for more information you can go to my website to also read studies from my own, or my Instagram or my YouTube page. And I hope you like this presentation. Thank you.